George, Superintendent of Brockton School Department.
The subcommittee discussed in general the language of the leases and made several suggestions and recommendations for addition and/or corrections in the documents. Mr. Jones incorporated these changes and forwarded them to members of the subcommittee for their review. Of particular note was the consensus that the Civil Air Patrol and the varsity football and baseball teams will continue to utilize the Armory. At the conclusion of the meeting, the subcommittee heard a brief presentation from Jose Aurora, President of the Cape Verdean American Association, for the school committee's consideration to allow the group to utilize the James Edgar School for social and educational purposes. The subcommittee requested greater detail about the needs of the association and suggested that they provide an outline of its activities, staff, projects, and maintenance procedures. The subcommittee agreed to meet again with representatives of the association to continue a dialogue regarding its request. Gentlemen, if you could vote on this report, and then I'll get right into this evening's report and give you an update of what's going on.
Move to accept that report. Second. All in favor?
Also dealing with the Boys and Girls Club, we met again this evening prior to the school committee meeting. Mr. Farwell, myself, and Mr. George were in attendance. And gentlemen, I think we're about that. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hancock was also there. I'm sorry. We're about that far away from coming to an agreement with the Boys and Girls Club. I know that they're just about ready to go. We're just about ready to go. We've almost got all the details worked out. Just some very, very fine tuning. I know the Boys Club has already been in the Corcoran Building, cleaning it out. I guess the next couple of weeks they're also planning on working in there. So what I'm looking for is, the motion that came out of the subcommittee was authorization to enter into a one-year lease with the Boys and Girls Club for the Corcoran Building located on Montello Street, contingent on signing of the lease agreement that meets with the approval of the superintendent and the subcommittee, and also authorization that myself as chairman of the School Building Utilization Committee and the superintendent are authorized to sign for the committee when that lease is agreed upon.
I'll second that. All in favor? Opposed? Unanimous.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I think the next step would be to finalize the draft of the lease, share it with the officers of the Boys and Girls Club. The two parties get together and work the language out. And then I would believe by the Brockton School Committee that would authorize the superintendent and chairman of the building utilization subcommittee to sign the lease in all time. And we will send you copies of that lease prior to the sign. Prior to the sign. Any comments?
Okay. Mr. Chairman, just before we leave this issue, I'd like to take time to commend the members of the Building Utilization Subcommittee and to commend the staff of the Boys and Girls Club of America, the newly formed organization within the city of Brockton. I think what we see here tonight is a continuation of what we have always done as members of the Brockton School Committee, and what a new organization is trying to do is to meet and to work in the very best of interest of the children of the city of Brockton, and above all the safety aspect of it. With the crime and drugs that we have on our streets today, there's no doubt that our children need a place to be at and need some supervision, and I'm sure that this organization is going to give that type of supervision. Again, I speak in favor of what is transpiring here this evening, and I'm very pleased that we as a school committee were able to make some type of agreement with the Boys and Girls Clubs and for them to make one with us so that we could allow them to utilize the Armory for this year, for the next year, and for us to have a location. So I just wanted to commend them for an outstanding job, and I think they deserve it.
Congratulations. Okay, we'll move back. We have 4 additional speakers under hearing of visitors. And now we will move to Wayne Carter.
behalf of the Boys Club, I say good evening to all. I challenge you to do what is right and just and fair, and you have. Where there's no vision, people perish. Our children are in the street because of lack of love, of caring, and a chance. The Boys Club can give them the chance. The Boys Club can give them that caring. But after we secure their building, it takes the politicians, it takes the people of the community to step out and to work with the Boys Club as role models. Because you can have a building and it can become just a hangout. We need the men and the women of the community to step out and spend some time at the Boys Club to serve as role models. The children are crying out. They're reaching out for help. And at this time, all they're receiving is help from the pushers. I'm a member of the Walnut Turner Neighborhood Crime Watch. And the community there in that area are stepping forward to fight drugs. And we know it's going to catch on Hill Street. We know it's going to catch down the village. We are going to drive drugs out of Brockton. And in this fight to drive drugs out, the Boys Club has going to become a part of it to give our children a place to go, to get our children out the street. I commend the school committee. I commend all those who have worked hard to bring this about.
Richard Keller, PTA President.
Good evening. My name is Richard Kelly. I'm a math teacher at North Junior High, and about 4 o'clock yesterday I became the newly elected BEA president. Also with me is Janice Byers, first vice president. She's the young lady in the second row in the blue outfit. I'm here really to talk about the Senate. The Senate has apparently moved on to try to get their budget through in the next 24, 30 hours. An awful quick procedure to deal with so many billions of dollars. Plus the fact, much of the monies are being cut by them. And so the school committee, the city council, anybody who cares about education has got to make a communication with their senator and tell them how they feel. That, of course, is Mike Creedon here in Brockton. Some of the particulars.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Superintendent, members of the committee, and especially the Building Utilization Committee, I'm here tonight as an officer of and executive board member of the Boys and Girls Club of Brockton, which is a reality. And you gentlemen have ensured that that reality will reach the children of the city soon. We all have heard lately too much about the negative aspects of our city. These are trying times. Our city faces many hardships. Our schools face many hardships. And unfortunately, our children face many hardships. You gentlemen have taken the opportunity tonight to take a first step in ensuring that even in these times, the great city of Brockton will prove itself. It will help us reach out and provide a home away from home for hundreds and hopefully thousands of youngsters in the city. Your vote to allow the Boys and Girls Club use of the Armory is truly a historic one, gentlemen. A vote that will create, not destroy. A vote that will add and not subtract. A vote that will give our youth hope and encouragement. Gentlemen, I wish to thank you for your support and your positive vote in this matter. Brockton to me is like the old woman of the Bible, giving of herself, even when in need. It is this generosity that makes a city a community, that makes politicians leaders. Thank you from the Boys and Girls Club of Brockton.
dean of the Boys and Girls Club. My name is John Reardon, and as a former school board member, it's a great pleasure for me to be here before you today. The Boys and Girls Club is just one of the greatest things that happened to Brockton. And I want to congratulate Cal, Montello, Armory, and all of the school board for supporting this. I just want to prophesy. They say only wisdom comes with age. And I say something great was born tonight. And you can't imagine the goodness that's going to be planted in people's minds and people's hearts. There are people who are going to come out of the woodwork to give money. There are people who are going to come out of the woodwork to give goods. And there are people who are going to give their time and effort because they love and believe in God. Now believe me, this is going to happen. This is going to happen slowly. And it's a wonderful thing to happen at a time where taxes are so, burdensome and such an effort to support some very vital things. So I think you're going to see something that's a miracle. You're going to see people come out of the woodwork to support a very, very good cause. Some of them may even be anonymous. That's all right. But we want to hear from them and we want their support. Thank you. Congratulations.
Being approval of record, we'll move back to the agenda.
Move to approve the minutes of the April 11th public hearing.
Second. All in favor? So adopted. Communication.
It's received a communication from Mr. Brian Green, and he has written to request permission for the North Little League to erect signs on the Little League fence at North Little League.
This is the 10th day of June, second straight Saturday. We've been at the Corcoran Building. Joe McDonald, Boys of America, President Stevie Bernard, and Judy Millett, commonly known as the Destroyer. He was like this as a little kid, from what we can understand. Johnny, turn on your machine there. BFI is a tremendous corporation. Johnny Millett and I, on June 6th, went to BFI on Thatcher Street on the Brockton East Bridgewater line and asked them to please donate some dumpsters for use in dispensing of material inside the Corcoran Building, and they willingly complied. So BFI is just one of many corporations and individuals who have donated their time and effort and money to help poor children. This is Danny Ring and Danny Ring's brother, Paul. Danny's on the board. Eric. Wait a minute. Everybody get inside there. All right, now let me see everybody's face here. Yeah. All right, let me see everybody's face.
It's straight, right? You can't see this pen.
Right.
Ah!
Much time in the room here.
I think we'll get you all this.
Need a break.
I think you inhaled too much
dust.
powder.
Yeah.
Look at that dust. Dust is everywhere.
Well, you get closer. You just close up when we leave. You go over, close up, and just close up. All right. Come on, keep up.
In a morning's worth of work, we filled up 2 BFI dumpsters. We still have one whole Saturday left, however.